Hi, this is Junama, or the Junama Talk Show, and welcome once again. Now we are going to feature the Orchid Garden Hotel, a cozy, quaint little hotel right in the middle of the metropolis of Metro Manila. And this started as the ancestral home of the Rosses and the Villarreals. Owned by the ancestral home of the former Supreme Court Justice's daughter, Alicia Villarreal, married to Jesus Marcos Rosas. And now they have transformed their ancestral home in this heritage area of Manila into a very quaint, very lovely, and nicely, good taste decorated hotel. And so, in contribution to the beautification and the greening of the environment, we would like to interview the hotel's general manager, the very amiable Miss Mai Ringler Manera. Hello, Mai.
How are you? Hello. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Welcome to the Junao Talk Show. And yeah, you were telling us they served us a very, very sumptuous Filipino lunch. And do you have, a chef, or these are special recipes by the Rosses and the Villarreals? Would you like to tell us first about, the food choices you have and the amenities that your hotel offers?
Thank you. Hi. Good evening. All right. The hotel has chefs, of course. We have about 3 chefs, okay? 1 Filipino chef, 1 international chef, okay? But most of the Filipino dishes are actually menus from the Rosses family. And since the hotel was built in the 1930s, we conceptualized that this should be like a Filipino ancestral home, all right? So our Filipino dishes are based on their recipes. Now, if you notice, everybody says that it's very tasty, all right, and it's very filling, all right, and we make sure that the Filipino dishes are in accordance to what they have given us, right? And well, the hotel, the concept, if you want me to share about the concept of the hotel, so the hotel was built in the 1930s, all right, and our concept is ancestral home, Filipino. It's a very beautiful boutique hotel. We have about 100 rooms. And we have also function rooms to cater to conferences and seminars. We have big rooms, like half of the rooms are basically suites. We have about 32 standard rooms and half of it are basically suites, no? And if you noticed, if you come and visit the hotel and look at our beautiful penthouses, it's like staying in a condominium inside the hotel. We have different rooms. We have 6 bedrooms, 3-bedroom suites, 4-bedroom suites, 2-bedroom suites, and they all look different. And our market basically are Europeans and Filipinos. And Filipinos who are here would normally have conferences. And the foreigners who are here would stay for an overnight stay and travel to Boracay and Palawan. So I think this is a different kind of hotel because it's kind of quaint. When you enter the hotel, it's not a huge hotel but very beautiful. And yes, we make sure that the beauty of the hotel also enhances the the attitude and how we welcome our guests. So basically, that's it about the hotel.
Yeah, I noticed that as you enter the hotel, you can sort of live and breathe the history that the house exudes at the hotel. So, although it's beautiful and modern, but it's it's obvious that the character, the history has been preserved. So, would you like to tell us about the history of this place?
All right, okay. This was built in the 1930s. Okay, this was formerly the house of Supreme Court Justice Antonio Villarreal and his wife Pasita Toronila. Okay, they have two children actually. It's Charlie and Alicia. Okay, Alicia would play the piano, and Charlie would play the violin. This lobby was the former entertainment area, and this also housed the library of Supreme Court Justice Villarreal. Right. The second floor are basically bedrooms, the bedrooms of the Villarreal family. At the third floor is the music room, where Alicia would play the piano and Charlie would play the violin. Most of the houses in 1930s has what do you call this, sort of like a veranda, because it has to overlook the beautiful Bay Area during the Harrison Park. Okay, this was built by national artist for architecture Pablo Antonio. The houses in this area were families coming from good families. On the right side of the hotel is basically the Legarda family. On the left side is the house of General Lim. The house of the Legardas used to be a beach house, okay, because Taft Avenue was formerly facing the Bayside area. Okay, so that is the history of the hotel. It was built by national artists for architecture, and we maintained the hotel. Basically, was retained. 1/3 of the house was retained, and 3/4 where you can now see the hotel. Okay, we have 89 rooms, and we got the adjacent, and that's about 10 rooms. We have a total of about 100 rooms.
What about the rooms that you were mentioning earlier about Alicia playing the piano and the violinist? So what have you done with those rooms? Were they converted into suites too?
Well, no. The bedroom, which is at the second floor, is now one of our function rooms. Okay. Part of the old house, actually, 1/3 was retained, and on the second floor is our function room. Okay, another on the third floor happens to be another function room. Okay, when we built the annex adjacent to this hotel, now you can see the rooms. Okay, so the room starts from the second floor until the 14th floor. But if you look inside the rooms, it's not like Filipino type of room. Okay, it's quite modern. It's not Filipino in style. It's a modern type of rooms where you see the regular thing in a hotel: beds, television sets, refrigerators. But what makes us different from other hotels is that we have 2-bedroom suites, which has a small living area and dining room area and a bedroom. Okay. When you stay in a regular hotel, then you get to sleep only in a two beds, or one single bed, or one queen size bed. But this one is different. We have kitchenettes and we have bedrooms, so that makes it different. When you enter the bedrooms, it's modern type, but in the lobby, it's like you're transformed in the 1930s.
Do you also have like a screening system for guests? I mean, because some outfits would make an effort to screen their customers. It's not just the monetary consideration, but they would also like to sort of elevate their clientele. So, for instance, a politician who is notorious for having several mistresses, which is typical of the Filipino branding for politics here. causing the uglification, so to speak, according to architect Felino Fox. So how do you propose? Do you have a screening system, or how do you propose, the metropolis can sort of convert the ruins from the abuse from history by colonial powers and now by the politicians to sort of transform the actual real Manileños and Manileñas and Filipinos that is really what the Philippines is.
Okay, I think Orchid Garden Suites is a good example. Okay, this was a former house, and it was and they converted the house into a hotel. The owners could have decided just to sell this house, right? But what they did is that they maintained the old house and built a hotel. I think everybody should be doing that, not destroying heritage houses. This area is a beautiful area. This is the former row area. This is the embassy area in the 1930s. It would have been nice if all the mayors and the governors and the congressmen would come up with a law, and beautiful houses that was built in the 1930s should be retained. I mean, look at Intramuros. It's very beautiful. We could have done it here. And since this is a place where we promote the hotel and welcome everybody, we would like that there will be more trees around the area, not so much building construction. That would be nice, because even foreigners, when they come here, they don't like to stay in the guest rooms where there is air conditioning. They stay outside to feel the breath of fresh air, look at beautiful trees around. So I think every person or every government official should make a point, a stand to protect the environment, protect beautiful houses, and convert beautiful houses or anything into a place where people can enjoy, and at the same time value heritage.
Okay, so there you have it, folks. We're lacking out of time, Mai, and we hope to be, featuring more advocacy such as this to help the country, the city. Oh, good. Winner Foundation is, an advocacy for the propagation of the environment. So thank you once again, and we invite all of you for another episode in the next season. We hope you enjoyed our show. And thank you and good night. This is June Alma of the June Alma Talk Show.